Good afternoon. Nice to be with you. Thank you to the AIS organizers and Dr. Stevens for the opportunity to present SkinBetter. And when I say present SkinBetter, I mean it literally for the first time. We have never crawled out of our proverbial cave before to present at a conference like this. We've been sort of heads down, building the company through the first 5 years of our existence. And Dr. Stevens was persuasive enough to encourage my colleague Jonah Shacknai to do his podcast a few months ago, and that created the momentum for this. So we're happy to be out in the sunlight and tell you what we've been doing. So we started the company in late 2016. We are the former executive team from Medicis Pharmaceutical. And after our exit several years ago, we decided to get into the skincare business, staying in aesthetics, leveraging our expertise and our relationships in aesthetic medicine and dermatology. But for a number of reasons, including just a matter of having a new life experience, we took one step to the side from the prescription world and decided to try our hand at clinical skincare. We've had a very disciplined business model, as many people seem to be running away from the medical channel. We're the fools that have been running into it, thinking that there was a way to do it differently and do it better. Very conservative business focused on in-office interactions. We really have not pursued international expansion. We've not pursued digital expansion in both those respects. I think we've been very different than our peer group. And the results so far have been pretty good. We've got three hallmarks to our success so far. I'm careful to put the word better in quotation marks because I don't mean to suggest that we are better or worse than any of our competitors. My colleagues up on the podium before me are doing a great job with their companies, but it's sort of our better recipe, our branded better blueprint for success. It starts with better science. Includes better partnership, which is really a concept of business alignment in the offices, and better impact in the communities that we serve. If I run out of time, which I assuredly will, I want to focus on the science piece, and I'm going to fast forward a couple of slides to make sure that I do that. So I think there are a number of important areas where we are materially different from our peer group, and this is at the top of the list. Everybody says that they're serious about science and skincare because what else are you going to say? We're a self-funded, self-governed enterprise that has no outside ROI pressure or fund timeline pressure to deliver returns in any particular way. So in contrast to the rest of the industry, or at least a large part of the industry, we go out every single time and we find the perfect patented proprietary solution to solve discrete problems in different skincare categories. And each category has a different problem and thus requires a different solution. It's for that reason that we describe ourselves as taking a biotech approach to skincare. Not only are we not embarrassed to admit that we don't develop anything internally, we lean into that and embrace it. And by the way, it was the same at Medicis, where we built a $3 billion enterprise, not inventing anything internally, but being a world-class mid to late stage development partner, getting 41 products through the agency without a failure, and making a lot of money for a lot of technology partners once we got things to market. And so it's the same business model here. And with more time, I could sort of walk you through our line of hero products, each one solving a particular problem with a novel technology. It's all great, but my marketing colleague, Michelle, who's sitting in the back of the room, actually feels the weight of this because one of the challenges is every single time our reps are in front of a physician, they have to tell a brand new story to credential a new technology and a new mechanism of action, which is a big undertaking. And we're sort of getting our sea legs now in terms of how to do that. But against the backdrop of these problems and solutions, I wanted to focus on our most recent hero launch, which is an antioxidant product called Alto Advanced. And again, further to the theme that we're doing things a little bit differently, a little bit heretically, Alto Advanced, meaning it's a line extension to Alto, which was one of our foundational SKUs 5 years ago, and is still one of our top 3 performing products. So again, we're sort of the foolish business people that decided to take our scarce resources and train them on innovating a product that was already doing well and continuing to grow. And the reason that we did that, the reason we made that counterintuitive decision, goes back to technology. We found an opportunity at the bottom of the slide to exclusively license on a global basis a new molecular entity regulated as a cosmetic, allele PQQ, which is a powerful coenzyme factor that is associated with the production of metabolic energy. And it reduces the toxic free radicals that are created through energy production in the cells, and therefore gives us the ability to add an intrinsic defense to what we were already doing with our patented well technology in Alto extrinsically. The analogy I like to use is, now that we're 5 years into this exercise, instead of having to go out and draft a quarterback to fill a quarterback need on our nascent team, we've now got a team that's pretty well-rounded, and we can draft sort of best technology available on the board. And one of the most innovative things that we saw was this PQQ molecule. We conducted, as we do with all of our studies, an IRB-approved multi-site clinical. This was Dr. Zoe Dralos and Dr. Steve Yolen, with biopsies obtained by David McDaniel. And you can see here in the upper left quadrant our clinical results. On the right side, you see the erythema axis. I actually like to lean into that axis because we enrolled by design mild to moderate rosacea subjects in the study. And you can see on the right, even at 4 weeks, getting a pretty dramatic result in a rosacea subject. We too do ex vivo and in vitro work. On the bottom right, you see some comparative biomarker gene expression work that we did against a leading competitor. And we feel like, as with all of our products, we acquit ourselves well from a data standpoint against the market leaders. Thank you very much for your time. I'm glad to have had the chance to share SkinBetter with you, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.